No one could accuse Clive Palmer of being a quitter.
Look, it's not a huge surprise that the billionaire has decided to sue Australia because he's been banging on about it for the best part of 6 months. The real bombshell, though, is who the mining billionaire has tapped to lead his legal team in the $300 billion lawsuit.
I'm the law-talking guy.
The lawyer.
Right.
No, not that guy. It's none other than former Morrison government Attorney General Christian Porter. Yes, the same Christian Porter who, when he was AG, supported a High Court legal action with Palmer to tear down WA's hard border during the pandemic. At the time, Porter said he wasn't taking sides and that the Commonwealth was just assisting the court and trying to moderate a middle ground. But the decision will go down as one of the worst collabs in history, right up there with Coles combining hot cross buns and burger sauce.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it.
Palmer also leaves a bad taste here in the West, so Labor was able to use Porter's decision to join that lawsuit to crucify the Liberals at ballot boxes in WA.
And it could still come back to bite him.
Yeah, well, see if you can follow this. Porter worked for the federal government in a case involving Palmer. Now he's lodging a $300 billion lawsuit against them for Clive Palmer.
I thought we were friends.
But let's rewind a bit. Palmer was shit out of luck suing the WA government for $32 billion 3 years ago because McGowan's mob rushed through emergency legislation that absolved the state of any liability in rejecting Palmer's Balmoral South iron ore project back in 2012. Now Palmer's Singapore-based company Zeph Investments wants to hold the feds responsible for WA's actions on the grounds Australia has breached the ASEAN Free Trade Agreement. The Queensland billionaire has 10 lawyers on the case, which he hopes will be heard in Geneva. But Porter might want to avoid packing a big suitcase because he might not be there long. Because the Australian government is likely to argue the former AG's presence on Palmer's legal team is actually a conflict of interest, which is something Porter saw firsthand in his own defamation case against the ABC in 2021, when a judge told him to get a new barrister because the one he already had previously met with someone connected to the allegations he was suing Auntie for.
Awkward.
Regardless, Palmer will push ahead with the lawsuit, which makes you wonder what he'll do with his $300 bill if he wins.
Apparently start a newspaper.
Yeah, well, the mining tycoon fancies himself as a media trailblazer. But this is the bloke who promised to build a full-size working replica of the Titanic, which is actually a fitting metaphor for the billionaire's political aspirations.
Maybe he should go into energy drinks.
Not a bad idea, because you could be forgiven for thinking the most valuable resource in WA right now is prime hydration drinks. This range of drinks have gone viral this week after being promoted by YouTube star and WWE wrestler Logan Paul on social media. Schools around the state have quickly moved to ban it because kids are literally fighting over the stuff.
Have you tried it?
No. And from what I hear, I'm not missing much.
A lot of people did not like it. Like, a lot of people did not like it. It's a no from me.
It smells like cough medicine. It tastes like cough medicine.
Kids are willing to pay upwards of $10 for an empty bottle, for f***'s sake.
Clever marketing.
Supply and demand. And I reckon the company has purposely released small amounts of the stuff so the kids would go crazy for what they can't get. And what for? A selfie, in the misguided hope that Logan Paul will repost their pic to his audience of millions. That, my friends, is what success looks like to kids these days.
The cops had success today.
Yeah, well, convicted paedophile Tyrone Corbett is behind bars again after police finally tracked down the 44-year-old. They needed the help of a Channel 7 news crew to do it, which is a little embarrassing. But the whole thing has been an embarrassment since Corbett removed his electronic tracking bracelet last Friday and gave cops the slip. All's well that ends well, you might think, but then we'd be asking if slapping a tracking bracelet on him was really enough protection for the community. Similar questions are being asked in state parliament this week after a teen girl was attacked by a man who was on bail at the time. I understand we can't lock these crooks up indefinitely, but on the flip side, the community shouldn't have to pay the price.
Someone always pays.
Yeah, Palmer and Porter sure hope so.
Clive Palmer is the greediest man in Australian history.
I'm Ben O'Shea.
For more Up Late, click the subscribe button below.